Hey everyone, have you wanted to take your significant other out on a date, but you just simply can't afford it because this world is way too expensive? Guys, I have been there. I am still there. But I have 5 awesome ideas that can help you save money, take your significant other on dates, and have a really good time doing it. So guys, before we start, I also want to acknowledge that there are people who are probably watching this video with kids. You can do these ideas with kids, but I'll also give you an idea of how to kind of take your kids out of the equation without having to pay for a babysitter. And guys, make sure to stay tuned to the end of the video as I will share my wife's 2 favorite date night ideas that are also incredibly cheap. All right, guys, so let's kick it off. I'm Justin from the Low Key channel, where I find low-key solutions to an expensive, overpriced era. And like I said, today is all about date nights. All right, guys, so that first date night idea is something that I do with my wife every Friday night. Okay, that's a lie. Not every Friday night, most Friday nights. And that is what we call Fried Food Friday. So essentially, when we first got married, we were going out to dinner all the time, and I finally told her, Tori, we can't afford this. We can't keep going out like this. We don't have enough money for this. So what we ended up doing was getting an air fryer, and she loves fried food. So I just started buying up at the grocery store fried foods, right? So now I have a freezer full of fried food. So anyways, now I have a freezer full of fried food. And every Friday night, we'll jam to some 2000s pop. I'm a millennial. We'll jam to that 2000s pop and make freezer fried food. And it's so fun. We call it Fried Food Fridays. And while it's frying, we dance around in the kitchen and just have a grand old time. Guys, this idea is super cheap. It tends to cost, when we go to the grocery store, $15 to $20, depending on how much fried food we're buying. But this usually lasts us about a month, right? And so if you take $20 and divide it by 4, that's $5 a week. And then you divide that by 2, that's $2.50 a person. Guys, this idea is so cheap and so fun. So make sure you implement this idea into your life. Guys, maybe fried food isn't for you. Maybe dancing around to 2000s pop is also not for you. But maybe a nice salad, wine, and jazz music is. Do it. Guys, all you gotta do is find these more romantic solutions, and these are just my ideas. All right, tip number dos. So you finish dinner and you're like, all right, now what? I'm bored again. Well, plan a dessert. What is your significant other's favorite dessert? My wife, she absolutely loves brownies, and she loves different types of brownies. Not just the plain Jane brownies, but she likes the Oreo brownies, or the brownies with confetti on top, or the cookie dough brownies. And you can typically buy a box of these brownies at the store for $4, right? And so again, if you take $5 a week plus the $4, it's $9 for this one date night idea. And so what we'll end up doing is we'll making the brownies more fun by playing a game. The last time we did this, one of us was blindfolded while the other was telling them how to do it. So I was blindfolded, right? And Tori was navigating me through the kitchen on how to pour and how much to pour and when to stop pouring. It was a lot of fun, made a huge mess, but guys, we had a great time doing it. And again, so far, I've only spent $9. I've spent less than $10 on this night so far. Okay, tip number 3. Guys, this is truly my favorite part of our Fried Food Fridays nights. And that is where we have an opportunity to play games, right? Maybe it's a card game, or maybe my wife loves Mario Kart and Fall Guys, this new game where you're a little bean and you just kind of run across a map. She loves these games, and so we'll play those games. But there's also an opportunity to communicate with one another. Guys, some weeks, Tori and I have a hard week, and we need to talk it out. We need to come to a point of understanding one another. And this is a great opportunity to have that conversation in a safe place. Guys, something that I truly believe is one of the major keys to a good relationship and a happy long marriage, that is communication. If I don't communicate with Tori my feelings and she doesn't communicate her feelings, then how are we supposed to know what one feels, right? We just end up harboring that and we get mad, and anger leads to bad roads. So guys, take the opportunity in this date night. If you need to talk about something, talk about it. This is a healthy space that you can design specifically for that. Okay, tip number 4, guys. My first 3 tips kind of fall into sequential order: dinner, dessert, and then game night or hash out issues. Tip number 4, you kind of have to plan all of that in advance, right? And that's have a picnic out on the highest peak of your area. Some people might not have a high peak in their area. That's fine. Go find a little park that has an open area where you can watch the sunset. Do this at dusk, guys. That way you can have that romantic picnic, but watch the sunset, and it's beautiful. Guys, also be sure to load up a movie on your laptop or your tablet. And there's nothing more romantic than hanging out at the park, watching the sunset, and being able to watch one of your favorite rom-coms or something like that. Okay, tip number 5. This tip is so fun to me. I don't do this a lot because I hate clutter, but guys, this helps you unleash your inner child. And that is build a fort. Yeah, I'm so serious, guys. Build a fort in your living room. Have your laptop or your tablet there as your screen, right? Build that fort, have your cookies or brownies, and get in that fort and watch a movie and just cuddle with your significant other. Guys, it is so fun. It allows you to unleash your inner child while also being close to your significant other. And guys, this is also a super cheap thing to do. All you need is a movie and blankets. It's so cheap. Okay, so with all of that out of the way, I have listed my top 5 ideas for a very cheap date night. Now I'm gonna list my wife's 2 favorite ones. Her first one is not free. It does cost money, but it's not a lot of money. And that is what we love to do is on Saturdays, we will play video games or things like that, just hang out. And then we'll be drinking and just having a good time, with one another. And then we will order fast food. One of my wife's favorite restaurants is McDonald's. I know that is a sin to some people, but I'm with her on it. I love McDonald's. But we will order McDonald's to the house, and then we'll watch Saturday Night Live. And we will just die laughing. We think Saturday Night Live is hysterical. And guys, whether or not you like Saturday Night Live is not the point. You can have late night fast food and watch something that you enjoy with your significant other. Maybe it's murder mysteries. Maybe it's Dateline, right? Maybe it's one of those kinds of things. But guys, the point is being close together, doing something a little different, but also that doesn't cost you a ton of money. This tends to cost Tori and I about $20. All right, my wife's second favorite idea is after church on Sundays, we tend to go to plant nurseries, and the plant nurseries that we go to have little picnic areas and food trucks. And so we'll tend to get a little food truck snack, enjoy that, be with one another, and then go through the nursery and just look at all the plants and just be there with one another and just have a good day. Guys, I do have a caveat to this one. This one can get expensive, especially if you are with somebody who loves plants. Plants are not cheap. I did not know this. I like plants. They're nice, but they are not something that I'll go out of my way to buy. Holy cow. I can spend some money at a plant nursery because of my wife. So be careful in that regard. Also, food trucks don't tend to be super cheap, so be careful in that regard as well. But you can do this on a budget. It's not hard. So guys, with that, those are my tips to cheap dates. Guys, if you've enjoyed this content and are looking forward to more content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss out on all of the action. And guys, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what your favorite cheap date night is, or if you've done any of these dates and agree with me that they're fun. All right, guys, I'll see you in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.